how many musicians out here? Okay.
Wow, yes.
And how many active YouTubers out here? Oh, you all are all, oh my god, there's quite a few. How many singers really? And musicians? All. Oh my god, that's a big percentage. I can't thank QQ and YouTube to put this incredible property of jamming together. It's not just about interacting with YouTubers, but it's also about spreading the knowledge and interacting with, you know, with people like yourselves. It's amazing how this industry is now, such a big part of it is now digital. It's a huge part of it. And you know, you guys are the future to take this ahead. So it's really a phenomenal time right now, and it's the power of digital media that can take you from, you know, from your home to people out there in the world and, you know, showcase your talent.
See, unfortunately, we didn't have YouTube or internet for that matter when we were making music. And while we were working in a studio on producing a commercial, is when Sanjay Gupta heard us and he said, hey listen, I'm making a film and it requires this whole orchestral, choir and chanting and all that kind of stuff, and very new age, modern, will you be able to do that film? So nominated for Filmfare, didn't get the award obviously, but we've done about 100, 150, I don't know, I can't even remember how many films we've scored. And at some point, Aditya Chopra came to us and said, hey listen, do you guys still want to keep doing just background scores, or would you like to compose songs also? So he said, yeah, of course, we'd love to. And that's how we started making songs. That was the first film. What I'm trying to say is we never went out looking for opportunities to, you know, go pitch our music to anybody. We just went and did it. And people came to us. And that is one advantage which you guys right now have, is the fact that you have this beautiful thing called YouTube, where you can upload your videos at home, do it in the comfort of your home and with your phone, with any device. And we noticed all through the world.
You know, Sulaiman just told you how we started off, but there's, I'm sure you all know that learning music is very important, because obviously one can actually keep listening and learning, and that's also important. Like 50% I think is a lot to do with listening, but 50% is important to learn music. And fortunately we both studied music, and that helped us tremendously, especially when, you know, when you're writing a song. If you know the basics of chords, if you know advanced chords, it's even better. But to have some knowledge of music is very, very important. And you know, in today's day and age, we sort of see that missing, because people want to, it's so easy to just, you know, use GarageBand or something like that, or use apps and, you know, put a loop and start singing and start jamming, and that's fine. But if you know music, it makes a world of a difference, you know. But I think it's important that, you know, we tell you a little bit about what went on with a few songs of ours and how they were composed and how they were, you know, produced and stuff like that. And just to give you like our experience as to what happened. And, well, so we were working on Chak De, as you know, and it's like a big film. We read the script and it was like, wow, I had tears in my eyes, and I'm not just exaggerating. It was, and that script when I read, I was like, my God, this film is really special and very, very powerful, this emotion. So when we were told to write a song for that movie, and you know, it was very simple. It was supposed to be a sports anthem. It also needed that energy, but at the same time the patriotism. So we made a patriotic anthem, and you know, like it had a slow, emotional vibe. This Muslim man fighting for his country and that kind of thing. It was rejected. No. We worked on a second, really like a dancey number, which was nowhere. I mean, we did it because the producer wanted us to. Didn't work. Third attempt was kind of in between. It had a patriotic feeling, it had a dancey feeling as well, it had an energetic feeling. It didn't work. It didn't have a soul. Fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh one was rejected. I told Sulaiman, I think we should leave this film. But it's amazing how we kept trying, kept pushing ourselves, and kept crossing one hurdle after the other. And the 8th or the 9th attempt is when the producer told us, I want a song like Jumma Jumma. No, I mean, I was like, are you serious? I mean, how can...
So what he meant was he wanted the grandeur of Jumma Jumma.
And he started singing.
He wanted
the tune to have that. So he started singing Chak De India, which is a tune of Jumma Jumma, Jumma Jumma De De Jumma. I'm like, are you serious? Like, this film is very... We called the lyricist Jaideep Sahni. And I said, you know, this time around, let's not start with a composition. Let's start with lyrics. So he wrote this incredible couplet, which is Kuch kariye, nas nas meri khale, kuch kariye. Kuch kariye, nas nas meri khale, hai kuch kariye. Oh, that sounded good. I was like, okay. And then that's how it started. Chak de India. And then I realized that somewhere, I mean, not that it's close by any, but it had that kind of vibe. I mean, the important thing in this, and this is what my whole story was, that it's important for the songs you guys make, it's very important for you to like it. Many a times you make songs for your audience, many a times you make songs for your, you know, for your YouTube audience, for your, you know, for your fans, for your family. But guys, it's very important to make a song for yourself. If you like it, there's a huge chance that the world will like it. There's some big song at the moment, chalo, let's make a cover of it. Fine, make a cover of that song, cover that song, that's fine. But do it the way you would like it. It's very important to make a good song rather than a hit song. A hit song can sometimes be a miss, but a good song will always be a hit. If you make songs which have a timeless quality, no matter if they're not like, you know, these kind of fast food kind of vibe, like, you know, it should have the gourmet food vibe. Because if it's got a timeless quality, it doesn't matter if it doesn't become a hit at the moment, it'll stay on forever. You can make production which is really cutting edge and which is really fantastic, but remember, in 6 months, from dubstep there'll be chill step, and then there'll be like drop step, and then there'll be some other step. So the first step is to make a good song. Yeah, so coming back to Chak De, this was the thing that, you know, when we composed the song, kuch kariye, nas nas meri khale, kuch kariye. So that was the key, and that was, it felt nice, but there was suddenly no energy, and then I was like, is it? I think it's too low. And kuch kariye, nas nas meri khale. Feels good, right? So it's important the key you choose. It's very important. A lot of times people compose songs without thinking, what's the right key?
Even if you're composing for yourself, it's always good to push a little bit.
Yeah.
You might have to struggle a little bit with your voice, but that's great because you're opening your voice out to a little more energy.
Please find your own voice and be yourself. Because composers like me and Sulaiman, if we wanted to call Arijit Singh, we'll call Arijit Singh, no? Why will we call you then to sing? Forget about the composers at the moment. We're talking to YouTubers. If your audience can click Arijit Singh, can click Sonu Nigam, can click Shreya Ghoshal, can click, why will they click you? So please don't sound like them. Certain things like harkate and, you know, inflections and whatever, try and do your own. Because that's where your audience will engage with you and they'll feel like, wow, I like this guy, man.
Okay, how many people produce music?
Pretty much.
Wow. Okay. So what kind of platforms do you use to produce music? Logic, Ableton? The reason I'm asking all these questions is because, you know, we use Logic and we use Nuendo, which is pretty much the same as Cubase. And what we've discovered is there are some things that you can do in one software which you cannot do in the other software. Like when we do background scores, it's by default, it has to be on Nuendo because that's the only way we can load multiple clips and multiple video clips and work on a score. A certain level in terms of professionality, it's very important to have the right tools to work with. We do a lot of dance music and we have all the tools to make that kind of music. So there's a lot of great tools out there, a lot of plugins to do this kind of stuff. One of them is Kickstart. Now what Kickstart does is when you load the plugin on top, it gives you these various sine wave or whatever kind of waves, right? And the minute you start the song, it maps to BPM and it starts giving you the and in whichever format you want. So that's one of the most important plugins. Also, there's a very beautiful plugin inside Logic,
which is Alchemy.
A lot of people don't use it thinking, okay, it's a Logic plugin, but actually Alchemy is made by Camel Audio. I can't tell you how phenomenal it sounds. So these are some of the tools that you should be using.
The one, I mean, actually we're giving away all the secrets here. We use a phenomenal kick drum. I'm sure you all use kick drums, right? We use a phenomenal kick drum plugin called Nicky Romero. It's so mind-blowing if you start using.
If people are starting up, they maybe put 2 or 3 videos up on their channel, and they mainly want to focus on doing original Hindi stuff and maybe covers of Hindi songs.
Right.
What are the 5 things that they should have?
The most important thing is a YouTube account.
The first thing, most importantly, is you need to have your own voice. Please don't copy anybody else. Secondly, focus on your composition and focus on your, if you're making a new song, focus on your composition and make it such that you like.
After you've got your composition right, put down your basic elements, your drums, your favorite instrument that you play. It's either a guitar or a piano. But put down your drums and put down your piano first, because that will give you the flow of the song.
I don't see a lot, I mean, I don't consume a lot of music on YouTube that much, but I will in the future. But I see that not that many people actually take the the effort to put out our music. A lot of times people think that, oh, it's so done and boring and whatever. But remember one thing, your international audience, for them, Indian classical music has more weight and more love than anything else you do. There are a million people doing Bollywood covers and there are a million people doing Justin Bieber covers and whatnot. But when you do a song like that, when you do a classical song like that and you color it with interesting chords, even if it's just on piano or guitar or something like that, you suddenly get noticed and suddenly get a huge, your subscribers go up.
So, do not underestimate the power of Indian classical music. It is very unique.
A lot of times I know musicians who know chords, but don't use it in songs. What's the point? Because the one thing that what YouTube's done is it's given you freedom of expression. Now, if you don't use that, it's really silly. There is no film, there's no script, there's no ceiling, there's no brief. There's no director, there's no producer, there's no actor.
There's no curator.
And there's no timeline and there's no release. It's all in your hands. So the better the content, the more engagement you have.
Somebody came to us, the director of the film, Manish, came and said, yaar, gana nahi chal raha hai yaar, maza nahi aa raha. I said, okay, what's wrong? He said, no, the song needs to begin with a guitar.
That was the only problem. So, in fact,
my actor on that particular point, he's playing a guitar, but you have a tumbi there. यार वो tumbi कैसे बजाएगा यार? वो तो stage पे dance कर रहा है यार. So I said, okay, fine, we'll change it and make it a guitar. Yeah, but something about the song is not working. And then we got the producer, Aditya Chopra, came inside and said, "Gana sunao." So we played it, heavy lut gaya. So he said, "ये तो super hit है." So Manish is saying, नहीं यार मजा नहीं आ रहा है.
So he said, the film कुछ और बना लीजिएगा. I don't know what you do with the film. This song will be in the film. So we recently did Khalipan, a year ago, which was a dedication to the kids who died in Peshawar, who were massacred. And so that kind of stuff is also, it's great because it makes you feel good as an artist to do a dedication or pay homage to something which you're close to. Right now, I think there's a big void when it comes to good melodies, and I feel it's very important that we make good songs rather than running after hit songs. I know I'm echoing that thought, but it's very important that we use this medium, YouTube, to its fullest in terms of expression as artists, as musicians, and as singers.